Yo, Mario, bless that beat, bless that beat.
One, good to see everybody in the chat. Glad to be on tonight with you. And let's go, let's go. Appreciate everybody showing up tonight. We are here. We are here Well, Father, we thank you for another night, another opportunity to glorify your name in the markets, that your name would be known even in this time. We take command of the space. We take command of the time. We hold this time open for kingdom. We say, let your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. We pray for your will, your spirit of excellence, your spirit of wisdom and understanding to rule in this session tonight. Help us to be profitable, that you are the one that gives us the ability to obtain wealth. And we believe that it will be so in Jesus' name. Block all hindrances, be with the minds of the people, and we will give you praise, honor, and glory in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen. All right, good to see everybody tonight for evening markets. You know how we do. Let's flip over to Nikkei, see how Nikkei has been going crazy this last few weeks. Oh, Nikkei has been acting up, and I'm excited about it. All right, so let's do that. Who's excited to trade Nikkei tonight? Good evening, everybody. Dr. Lakeisha's here. Good evening. Brian's here. Good evening. Good to see you. Paula, good evening. Jeremy, good evening. Dr. Tora, good to see you. Corey, good to see you. Diana, the newest advancer in the community, good to see you. Mia's here. Good evening. And Tamisha's here. Good evening. Good to see you. All right. Who took Nikkei? That's the first question out the gate. Who took Nikkei? This Nikkei trade has been amazing so far. Good evening, Michelle. Good to see you. Good to see you. All right, so let me share my screen. So everybody can see how Nikkei's been acting up all night, all evening. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? We're gonna go through this trade and why it made sense. See if we can catch a trade tonight. That's a nice sell down. All right, we're gonna look for a pullback here on Nikkei, but it was a good sell down. I know it was pushing up going into the 6 o'clock hour, but kind of knew it was going to sell down just because of what it's been doing. It's been doing this for a while now. So let's take a look at it. We'll analyze it. We've done our top-down analysis. It's going to be the same tonight. Nothing's really going to pivot with Nikkei, with this Nikkei evaluation. I'm still looking at the same stuff, and we have a lot of opportunity. Right now, the sellers are in control, so we're looking at the sales. But we've been pretty profitable on those sales at this resistance level for a while now. And so you can see when we showed up here before, it's actually up here at the 7 o'clock candle. That sold down and continued to sell. We got back in on the retest of that level. It sold off. If you were looking at it last night, oh man, this one is just a crazy sell-off. You know, it's like, who caught that? I know Brian caught it. That was crazy. And you look at what we get happy off of. We were talking about this morning. We get happy off of these moves. I get happy off of these moves. Was this move? Oh, crazy, crazy move. And so, but I bring that up just to say that this has been resistance for a while. And we came back up after this move. We came back up and retested that, fell back down. And so when that 6 o'clock began to push up, it was like, listen, you're gonna have to show me something. Like, you've been failing, you've been getting these bullish moves up here and have been failing, so you're gonna have to show me something. Right now we got the double top going. It was pushing up, and I kind of figured it would do that. So I entered in right there and got the sell down. The reason why I exited here, if you just look left, this has been a place, just as the tops have been a place of resistance, this has also been a place of support. So you can see here, we got support. You can see here, we got support here. Now we're here at support again. So that's the reason why we exited there. Now I'm gonna pull out a little bit. Hopefully that makes sense. Support resistance is just a fundamental that you have to learn to look left and find where the resistance is happening, because more than likely it's gonna happen there again. Unless it's something like this, you get the fake tweezer tops. Look at it, fake tweezers. Go in the opposite direction of the trend, and then it just breaks through. All right, which is the next level that it may head up tonight. If but we're undecided. We'll see. All right, I want to talk about a few things tonight. I want to talk about Nikkei. We got to talk about Nikkei. See if we can catch a trade tonight. And then I want to talk about tomorrow, Fed rate, Fed fund decision. We're going to look at some possible scenarios for if they decrease and cut the Fed rate, which a lot of people are hoping they will. And we'll see what that means. Okay. So let's do what we do every night. Our top-down analysis. Everybody should know where Nikkei is right now, but who knows? We may have somebody that hasn't heard where Nikkei is, and you're going to get caught up. If you come to evening markets, you're going to get caught up on Nikkei with us because we love to trade it. We make a lot of money doing that when it moves. It's moving right now. Sometimes it doesn't. So, all right, I'm on the monthly chart. We know we have the divergence here. Divergence push down. Usually it pushes down to the 50 MA. You see the 50 MA right there. It pushed down to a level of resistance that turned support, popped all the way back up. What a move. Like, that was a great move. That buy up. On the weekly, that's the 200 MA. And you can see the level of resistance turned support. Came back down to test that support and it pushed back up. Now, interesting thing is that when it did that support, what we're evaluating is that it did not create a new high. That's very telling for us that we had this somewhat of an uptrend here. And then now we have this downtrend here. All right, so this uptrend is no longer valid, right? Because this was a lower high or a lower low or higher low, excuse me, higher low, higher low. Then we break through that higher low. We break through, come all the way down, push up, come down again. Now look what we're testing. We're testing that higher low right now. Isn't that something? How you look at the higher time frames to pull out and you can see where structure is of what we're retesting. And usually those weekly levels, especially during news, really hold up. So let's grab that. We're not all the way there yet. I still think there's an opportunity to push up a little more. And if we do, this would be the level that I would look at. This level right here is interesting to me. Let's enlarge the screen so everybody can see it. We want everybody to have an opportunity at this. All right, I'm gonna take this volume profile out because I never use it. I'm gonna take volume out because I never use it, just so I can pull this stuff up. The stuff that I really use. And why can't I move that up? All right, anyway. All right, so that's a level of support that I'm looking at, is that this was a lower, higher low, higher low. So that was the last higher low. We crushed through that, got some volatility, and we're producing a lower high now. All right, so this test right here, to me, is significant. If we stay below, then we potentially could be coming down. When I say pushing up, I'm talking about price action. That price action pushed up. Usually the RSI is going to follow it. So yeah, you could say RSI, but I'm mainly talking about price action. RSI is a lagging indicator that tells you what the price is doing. Hey, Kamika. Hey, Joy. Good to see you both. All right, so that's the weekly. We're on a retest. So that gives us a ballpark of where we're at. We're on a retest right now. Here's the retest. It was resistance here. It was support here. We broke through with volatility. This was a news move here. And now we're coming back up now that the market's selling out and we're getting resistance right here. And so we're really seeing if 36.7, I think it is, somewhere around there. If that's going to hold up as support, I think we will go up and test that. But if that doesn't, resistance, I mean, if that doesn't hold up, then where's price going? That's the 50 right there, the weekly 50 that we're currently acting as resistance. That's the 21 MA, since everybody used that. I think I'm going to color the 21 MA a different color. I think I'm going to color that. What color don't we use? We don't use purple. Yeah, because I don't want it to be brown or red. So it's purple. That's 21. And then let's do that, make it thin. All right, so we know that that's the 21. But we're getting resistance off this red weekly 50 MA. All right, so that's significant to me. And we're looking at that touch right there. And look how it comes down from there. All right, so that's the week. Not relevant to us tonight. Saying, Tim, what about tonight? All right. That's the daily 21. Now, structure-wise, the daily 50 MA 200 cross up here looks very interesting. If I was a detective and 50 and the 200 was a suspect, I would be coming up here questioning these two. What are you doing all the way up here at 37,660? Right around the trend line. Because the night of September 3rd and the night of July 11th, you were part of a trend. And if price comes up there again, that's a possible target. All right. All right. Come on, y'all. Wake up tonight. Wake up. All right. So that's what we're looking at. Possible target up to the 50. But if we stay below this level, this retest, then we could be selling down a significant level that we sold off from before. We'll come back up there. Could sell off again. I'm on the seller side tonight because I found that my success rate goes up when you join the party. You know, in high school, you can't, if you're in high school, don't do peer pressure. But in the charts, go with the crowd. I'm gonna entertain myself tonight. I see that. Y'all ain't gonna go with me. Y'all not going with me, huh? Okay. I thought that was a good one. All right, so a little choppy here on the 8 hour. Let's go down to 4 hour. And then what I will show is this minor level right here. So we have that big trend up there, and this is a minor trend that's acting as support right now. So we know we had great success off of this minor trend level, and we're just retesting the open right now. Oh man. And we are retesting this. We had great success off of this. Yeah, I'm cutting up. We had great success off of this level here. And so prices pushed down here before we jumped up, price pushed down, jumped up, price pushed down again. I'm thinking right now it looks like price is going to push back down. Whenever you get, what pattern is this called? I think I have this pattern. I want to call it, it's not a flag pattern, it's like a pennant pattern, but I'll show what it looks like. So we've been getting this push down, this first push down. Whenever, and I see this, it's just like, let me just draw it out for you. Sort of looks like this. Yeah, you can see that. All right, so it's sort of a pennant pattern where it pushes down and then it starts to push up a little bit, and then you get this big sell down. It's about timing of where you catch this one. You really rate for the proper way to do this if we were looking at sales, which I'm not going to do, I'll just be honest, is allow it to push up, allow it to break this level here, and then allow it to retest. And then you can, then that's the validation to get in. That's the safe way to get in at this point. All right, I'm not going to be up that late. I want to set it and forget it. That's the proper way to do it. But that's what it looks like to me. It looks like this pennant pattern. I think that's what you call it, or a flag pattern. But it is a continuation pattern. It's basically what it is. It's just a matter of if it's going to grab liquidation first before going down. And if it does grab liquidation, the 50 MA, the daily 50 MA would be a better place to take it. Only, Dr. Tor, only peer pressure on the chart. If the if all the bears are in and pushing us down, no reason to fight the bears, no reason to be different. Join them. Join them on the way down. If the bulls are in control, no reason to fight the bulls. Join the bulls on the way up. So in real life, don't succumb to peer pressure. But on the chart, follow the crowd. It's almost as if everything is counterintuitive in trading. You know, we don't want to lose money. If you bring those ideologies from the real world into the chart, it's almost as if everything works opposite on the chart. I don't know if anybody else sees that. The money systems and how things go, it's almost as if it works opposite of what you're taught in the regular world. All right, so that's what I'm thinking. All right, so now I'm on the 4 hour. This is where I really start looking at TDI. TDI is divergent right here. You can see that we're lower here. We're definitely higher here. Right, so that divergence is saying that, and it did sell off already. So let's pull out that 50 MA, and we can see that it sold out down to the 50 MA. So we really want to see that 50 MA broken right there. That's number one. Let's go down to the hour. Still high, still has room to push up, but still high. Can definitely see that coming down. And this current sell down hasn't really pushed down. So that's more evidence for the sellers. Now, this is what really made me get into the trade. And here's the 50 MA. So just keep that in mind that we're already touching the 50 MA. So we really need that 50 MA to break before we continue into the sales. But this is what made me get into it, is you see that beautiful divergence that's there. Everybody see that? That peak here and this peak here of how that's the money maker right there. See that peak right there? And then you see this here, and you see it occurs at a level of resistance where you've gotten past resistance looking left. Like, that's all you need. So that's the reason why I got into that sale that I posted in the Discord, which worked out very well. All right, so okay, so now here's the hour. And just like it was divergent on the top side, now we got down to support, and now support is divergent. Now I think we're gonna still break through this level just because of the way the TDI is looking, but we're looking at interim buys for the 8 o'clock candle. And then we're gonna get into sales tonight. All right, 30-minute candle. Broke the bands. It is divergent. We're probably going to push up. We're divergent off the 50. This would be a good place to enter into the buy. This is the 21 MA right there. Good place to enter into buys off of this level if you just want to catch that 8 o'clock candle up. I'm going to wait till after the 8 o'clock. I just wanted to retest some of the tops and stay lower, and then we can enter into sales. Hey, Priscilla, good evening. Good to see you. All right, continuing on with our top-down analysis. 15-minute, we are still divergent here. We're actually kind of equal. Well, we're definitely lower here. You see it touching the close right where my gray box is. You can see that we're lower, or that we're higher here. slightly. You see my dotted line is lower than this, and we're higher here. So that's definitely divergence that says that the buyers are coming back in, but it's being rejected off of this 21 MA on the 15-minute. And that's really all I want to see. But we'll see a little more. All right, so I don't know if anybody's in these buys. Got a deep 10-minute shark fin. We have the divergence here. This is the 800 MA. You can't really see it because it's in my gray box. It's support off of 800 MA. So we're diverging off the 800 MA. We're carrying this up to the 10-minute 50. It's there now. And so I'm just watching to see how high this comes. Let's see where it wants to go. 10 minutes climbing pretty fast. And pretty soon we're going to be divergent, but we're going to come up here a little more. So those sales starting to look good. I don't want to be sold on it yet. I want it to really convince me. It's a used car salesman. It has to convince me to buy it. How many miles does it have on this car? Terrace is in the buy. He's in the 10-minute buy. That was a great shark fin with the divergence. And it found support, and it is coming up. So where you know, when you're in these buys, you know, yeah, we got the 21 MA that it's rejecting off of right here. But I would look for places that it rejected off before. And you have a few points. You have 36,560. You have this level up here at 36,630. And when we say how far this is going to go, we're just watching that 10-minute TDI. That's where we found the shark fin. That's where we found the divergence. That's where we want to monitor it from. This is beautiful too. 5-minute divergence. So you really can't see it, but it's a double bottom. This bottom, let's get rid of that because that's already passed. This bottom here, and this bottom is higher. So that bottom's right here. That was another signal off of support that you should be in the buy. And it's a W pattern. It's a W top. So really you could have took it off of this retest. That little candle right there is a retest of the neckline. So just start seeing this stuff over and over. All right, so you got pushed down, you broke through, you came back and retested and closed on top. Came down and retested, closed on top. And now we're going. All right, so projection on this, I think is, you know, if we just go to the neckline, that's all that we're looking for, is something like that. It's just one candle like that. You probably have resistance here, and we may spike up above that. So if I am looking for the sales, potentially looking at that. Then you do have this fair value gap here too. We are currently in a fair value gap right here. A sell fair value gap at that. But we should break through and start to come up into these levels over here. Grab liquidity. All right, so that was the top down. We went from the month all the way down to the 5-minute. And that's really how low as I want to go. I really don't trust the 1 minute on Nikkei at night. It looks like it wants to sell off, but 3-minute wants to push up a little more, which is kind of a retest right here off of this level of support. Let's watch this level. Good example right here. Good example. Double bottom off of support. We break through, retest. How far potentially we can go up from there. And you look at where we broke through and retest, how high the TDI is. TDI rose very slow to get that climb. All right, so I am a bear in this market until it proves otherwise. And like I said, we're just gonna wait for them to sell us the car. Give me a reason. We're already divergent on the 5 minute. Bring in those MAs. I think we're gonna continue to push up and retest this level. 5 minute 800 acting as support, 50s up there. We haven't looked at our friend, the VWAP, which is currently rejecting this whole movement, saying, I'm not having it. All right, but it does look like the buyers are in control. All right, we just closed over the 30-minute hour. We're going into the second half of tonight's piece. As Nikkei is making its way up, we're just a little patient. We got the 7 o'clock down. Now we're bouncing. I love the bounce, but it's a counter trend bounce right now. So that first bounce, will we get an action like this? Will we get a push down, bounce up to this level, and then a push back down and get a double bounce? Is that a possibility? Potentially. But we're not going to get in the shorts too early. We got some time here. We want to be patient. Mia started it. She posted in the Discord, said she likes the patience piece. So we'll wait for the 15-minute to give us a signal. 15-minute looks like it can push up a little more. So let's wait till the 15-minute climbs all the way up here, because it has been consistent. So let's wait till the 15-minute climbs all the way up there. Then we'll take a look if these sellers want to sell, which I know they will. I think it may be at that 9 and 10 o'clock. All right, if you make a trade at the 5-minute time frame, improve action on the 1 minute, take you out. If the 1 minute hits your stop loss. Let's take a look at what you're saying. All right, so you're saying this is if you take a trade based on the 5 minute and the 1 minute take you out? Yeah, any time frame can take you out. Depends on if it's trending. If it's trending, the 1 minute will be, its bands will come up and it'll start bouncing back and forth on the bands, which will cause it to move up. It's the move inside of a move. Right, and then while it's doing that, as the 1 minute's climbing up, the 5 minute may be slowly climbing. Right, it still may happen on the 5 minute, but it's slowly climbing. All right, we got the rejection, first rejection. So this is now, we're gonna do our second influence and pull out the fib and see if that level makes sense. And that is a 50% PRZ. Price is versatile zone. Price is pushing down. Targets are around 36,285. But it's still not worth my time. Maybe because it's late. Probably would have been a good one. Off of VWAP. I don't know, I would just wait for that 15 minutes to work itself out. Possibility, but I think the 15 minute is still pushing up. I think that while price is rejecting that. Ginger ale. All right, so what questions do you have for tonight? We're going to start talking about on this Nikkei trade. What questions do you have on this Nikkei trade? Yeah, I'm going to wait for this 15 minutes to get all the way up here. If it sells before then, I'm fine. But like Mia was posting, it's always wise to be patient, especially in these night evening markets. This is not a fast moving market, so it's always wise to be patient in these evening markets because it's just not it's just not the type of market to be hasty. You'll catch something. All right, this is very telling. This is a nice sell off here. We pull back to the 50% zone. Hmm. Do I want to take a position here? You know what this reminds me of? I think I do. What is it? 8:30. So half the hour pushed up, and then the rest of the hour is going to continue down. I think I do, and this is what it reminds me of. It reminds me of this trade I did here. You always got to look left and see what you see. This trade here. This dude here, where price pushed down, started pushing up a little bit, but I didn't catch it up here. So I brung it down, caught it right here, and still caught the sell down. That's what it sort of reminds me of. We have this big engulfing candle right here. So it's a B right where it's at. 50% of that. 15 minutes is not all the way up there. 10 minutes not all the way up there. But this is an engulfing candle. Let's wait 3 minutes and 32 seconds. Oh yeah, they're eating this thing alive. The buyers are losing this fight, y'all. This big green candle, we're already into it. This candle here, we're already into it. Oh man, we should get into this. Look at 10 minutes already engulfed this candle. 15-minute already engulfed this candle. I just think we should get into it. I'm gonna put one contract on it. That's all you're gonna get out of me. You're gonna get one sell Whoa. You're gonna get one sell contract. Dropped me down low, didn't it? All right, this is the ideal, but we got some engulfing going on under the VWAP. And I know what you're saying. You're saying you just gave us a speech on being patient, and here you are jumping in. And what do I have to say to that? I have absolutely nothing to say about it. You're right. You are right. You're correct. This is a 1-to-1, which, we do 1-to-1s. One contract, only risking 575. Now I made a 5,000 on the 7 o'clock. I'm gonna risk 575. Actually, I'm gonna risk a little bit more than that. I mean, I'm going to not put a stop loss on. Is what I'm meaning to say. Is that if we break this level, we're coming down. So that's really, it's 1 and 2. It's a 1 and 2. But it's a C trade. It's a C type trade. I need this level broke. But it is what it is. I'm in. All right, that's what I'm in. Currently working against me. All right, we'll see what it is. If 8 o'clock doesn't work out, I'm risking $500, 575. We'll see if 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock agrees with me and starts to sell off. But I'm going to jump on the side of 7 o'clock, see if 7 o'clock sets the tone, and if 8 o'clock is going to carry it through. So we'll see. If it pulls up, I only got one contract. And if it pulls up to where I thought it would be, maybe we'll take a look at that as a possible re-entry in. So let me protect this trade to ensure I don't risk too much. All right. Sell, so I need to buy limit. All right. 20 seconds on the 5-minute. Sunshine Trader has said. And what were we looking for? We were looking for engulfing, and we got that. So we engulfed this candle. 10-minute engulfed this candle. 15-minute engulfed its candle, but it got a little more to go. 1 hour is all the way up here, and it needs to be all the way down here. So we're gonna roll with it. What's the saying? I'm gonna stick beside it. Let's stick beside it and see for the next 3 hours. Just imagine if this comes all the way down to the trend line again. Just imagine if we're come down to this trend line one more again. If we come down one more again, down to the trend line, let's get rid of everything. So we can get rid of the VWAP. Let's just look at the naked chart. Wouldn't that be something if we came? I guess that too, right? If we came and ate up that whole move, what are the chances if we get this move again? Let's measure this. This is like 100%. Yeah, that's 100%. Touch the 100%, and then have it come down to the trend again. Now that would definitely be worth the risk. 500 to make what? $26.75. That's good odds. All right, let's do it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna have this neckline. We're gonna see if this neckline is broke. See if this is an M pattern. See if the neckline gets broke. See if we trend through the night all the way down to the bottom. Let's do it. And hopefully by the time we end the call, we can move it to break even. We'll see. We shall see. All right, when it gets to the gray, let's move it to break even. How about that? All right, that's that. Let's talk about tomorrow. We got about 18 minutes left. Let's talk about tomorrow. What's expected tomorrow? All right, so we get the Fed fund rate decision. Got to show you this. We keep finding support right here on the dollar. We're looking at DXY. DXY is going to tell us about the dollar. Tomorrow, we're going to see if there's a good move. I was excited about CPI. CPI didn't really give me what I wanted, but I'm also excited about the rate cut decision, but not too excited about the timing at 2 o'clock. So we know we're going to have until 4 o'clock to trade. So that gives us 2 hours. Chairman Jerome Powell's not going to get up till 2:30 Central Time. That's going to leave us about an hour and a half of trading. And the markets are going to go crazy. They're going to be quiet until that happens, but that's going to set the tone for the rest of the month of what the dollar is going to do. So it's going to be a very volatile market. And it's not like CPI where it's on and off. Well, it actually is for gold. But what I'm looking for. So right now, the Fed rate is at 5.5%. We're expecting it to cut at a quarter basis point down to 5.25%. If that happens, it will weaken the dollar. When we're looking at the dollar, what's in consideration is if the dollar's in trouble, if we're going to come below 100 and dip down into 98. All right. If that happens, it's a risk off environment for the dollar. Our play is on gold, risk on environment for gold. As dollar is pushing down, gold is making its run. It's making its campaign to the upside. So we're going to be looking at gold buys. If that rate cut happens, then we'll look at it. If it stays the same, don't, if it stays the same, everything, the market's just going to go crazy. The stocks are going to drop and all that jazz. All right, so gold buys. That's what I'm going to be looking for tomorrow. Now, if what I suspect is if interest rate gets cut drastically, then indices are going to make some all-time highs because they've been waiting for those rate cuts to happen. So we may hit some all-time highs on that. All right, my play for risk on, risk off environment with news is always going to be gold. Had success with gold. I will look to see where gold is at tomorrow. It's been on a rise. It hasn't really been moving in the last couple of days, but it has hit the high. This is all-time high. So this is the open. I would look for it to hang out somewhere around here. And then once it goes, let's just get in on the buys. So not too difficult, risk on, risk off environment. It's going to be the same setup as CPI. And if the rate stays the same, that's still going to be, I think, volatile for a little bit. If you're making money in the morning, I wouldn't be mad at you if you sat out tomorrow evening. I think I may sit out tomorrow evening and just trade Nikkei. What you'll find is Nikkei in the afternoon, in the evening after the wildness right before the close, when we open, Nikkei is not going to have an opportunity to jump into that trading. You may see Nikkei go a little bit. So if dollar weakens, you may see Nikkei begin to rebound, right? And so we may see some of that. It's moving in our direction. All right, any questions on the play for tomorrow? Any questions on that? Oh, well, this is the buy tonight, and guess what? We get to move it to take profit before we go to sleep, or within profit. Not a lot of room there, though. Not a lot. And we got to have it break this level too. That's another thing, is we probably should have it break this level first. All right. We'll see. We'll see. I'm going to leave it alone. I'm only risking 575. I think I can go to sleep with that kind of exposure. I think I can go to sleep with that. So let's do that. I'm going to leave that trade idea on. London may agree and just start to say, if London agrees, this thing is going to sell off. But this area of support, if it doesn't sell off, it's because of this gray area right here. And we know what that was from the top-down analysis. All right, that's what we got for tonight. We're in profit. Appreciate everybody for jumping on tonight. If you're going to watch this, watch it from the hours perspective. No reason to go to the higher time or to the lower time frames. This is not morning markets. You don't have to be on the 1 minute. Get off the 1 minute in the evening markets and go to the hour and just see how that TDI is moving on hour. If you want to go low, go to the 30 minute. Maybe the 30 minutes show you something. But get off of those that 30 second, that 1 minute in the evening markets. The market doesn't move fast like that. So structure and night moves, it's a beautiful thing. Look at this. See that long wick? We got 10 minutes left on the hour. If this closes red with a long wick like that, ooh boy, we could start selling. And then if it gets a red candle body with it on the hour, oh man, this thing's gonna start selling off. And if it breaks the gray zone, all right, so I'm gonna leave the stop loss on. I got 500 something dollars at risk. I'm going to wake up with $500 loss or $2,500 win. I'll probably move this up a little bit. Maybe I'll move it up to like right here and just make 1,000. Just wake up every couple hours. Yeah, that's what you don't want to do. Just leave it alone. Let Nikkei do his thing, especially when it's been moving like it's been moving. Let Nikkei do his thing. Just leave it alone. One thing I'm going to be up for a little bit. I'll probably be up for another 2 hours. So I will see if it does make a rally back up to this blue area, because that would be a great place to take a sale as well if it tried to grab liquidity first. But it really does that. Usually when it starts moving, it'll move. But just with the pattern, if it goes, well, I guess it already did. It already did it. It already ran back up. If I move that, you see that wick that ran all the way up? So it kind of already did that. All right, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. Appreciate everybody for joining us tonight. We got the trade in. We're going to close our eyes, go to sleep, wake up in the morning, and see where this thing ends up. I'm probably going to move my buy limit up to probably 36,140 just to control my risk. I'll be up for another hour, maybe 2 hours. I want to see if it runs up to test the blue. If it does so happen to do that, I would like to enter into that heavier than the one, but we'll see. We'll see. All right, everyone. Have a good night. We'll see you in the morning for morning devotion prayer, and then we'll start trading. Let's do it again tomorrow morning. All right, everyone. Have a good night. We'll talk to you later.